Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, the results never seem to match your effort? Like you are constantly exhausted, yet others achieve more while doing less? This is the story of a man named Daniel, a 30-year-old office worker living in a busy city. Daniel believed in working harder than anyone else. He arrived at the office before sunrise and often stayed late into the night. He skipped breaks, skipped lunch, and even skipped time with his family, thinking that sacrifice alone would lead to success. Every day he juggled countless tasks, from endless emails to back-to-back meetings, thinking that relentless effort would eventually pay off. His coworkers noticed. Some admired him, some pitied him, but no one truly understood the struggle inside Daniel. Despite his dedication, promotions passed him by. Projects he worked tirelessly on were recognized for others, and his stress level soared higher every month. He often sat at his desk late at night, staring at his half-empty coffee cup, wondering why hard work seemed to fail him when others appeared to succeed with ease. One evening, after a particularly long day, Daniel walked past a modern co-working space and saw a man leaving, smiling confidently, phone in one hand and a coffee in the other. Curiosity sparked inside him. This man, like Daniel, was busy, yet he seemed calm, productive, and in control. Daniel decided to approach him and ask a simple question. How do you get so much done without seeming exhausted? The man introduced himself as Lucas, a project strategist, and explained that there was a difference between working hard and working smart. Daniel listened intently, intrigued and desperate for answers. Lucas explained that the first principle of working smart is systems over effort. You don't have to do everything manually or exhaust yourself to achieve results. By creating processes and using the right tools, the same work can be done in a fraction of the time. Daniel reflected on his own workflow. He realized he was constantly in motion, but most of it was repetitive, inefficient, and reactive. Lucas continued, illustrating the point with an example. Imagine two workers painting a wall. The first starts immediately without any preparation, brushes in hand, working non-stop for hours. The second takes time to set up rollers, covers, and uses efficient techniques. By the end of the day, the second worker finishes more with less effort. Daniel nodded slowly, understanding the difference, but unsure how to apply it in his own work. Lucas smiled and offered to guide him through a simple experiment. For the next week, Daniel would track every task he did, every hour spent, and identify areas where systems or smarter methods could save time. It sounded simple, but Daniel felt a glimmer of hope he hadn't felt in years. That night, instead of going straight to work early the next morning, he stayed home, took out a notebook, and listed every single repetitive task he performed at work. Emails, reports, scheduling, document formatting, everything went on the list. He began brainstorming ways to automate, delegate, or combine tasks to make them more efficient. Even the smallest adjustments, he realized, could save him hours over time. The next morning, he arrived at work with a plan. Instead of diving headfirst into the usual chaos, Daniel implemented one small change. He created an email template system that cut his daily email time in half. He asked an assistant to organize certain documents automatically. He set up calendar blocks for focused work, reducing context switching. By lunchtime, he felt a sense of control he hadn't felt in years. His energy was preserved, his focus sharpened, and for the first time, he was working strategically, not just tirelessly. Over the next few days, Daniel continued implementing small changes. He grouped similar tasks together, eliminated unnecessary meetings, and started using digital tools to track progress efficiently. Slowly but surely, the results began to show. Projects that used to take days were now finished in hours. Colleagues noticed his calm confidence, and managers began asking for his input on bigger initiatives. Daniel felt a mixture of pride and relief. Hard work was important, but he finally understood that without strategy, effort alone was wasted energy.
He had discovered the first key to being a smart worker, working with intention, efficiency, and systems that multiply his effort rather than just stretching it. And so began Daniel's transformation, one small change at a time, reshaping not just his workday, but his entire perspective on success, energy, and fulfillment.
As the days went by, Daniel noticed a deeper change within himself. Not only was he accomplishing more work, but he was also thinking differently. Tasks that used to feel overwhelming were now manageable. He realized that prioritization was the second key principle of working smart. Not every task was equally important. Some tasks moved him closer to his goals, while others were just noise. By identifying high-impact tasks and tackling them first, Daniel found that he could make meaningful progress without burning himself out. One morning, his manager called him into a meeting and praised his recent performance improvements. Daniel smiled, remembering the struggle of months past, but he didn't feel pride in the usual way. Instead, he felt empowered, knowing that his results came from strategy, not just long hours. Lucas's advice echoed in his mind. Efficiency without direction is wasted energy, but direction without efficiency is also incomplete. Inspired, Daniel began mentoring a few younger coworkers, showing them how to structure their days, create systems, and prioritize effectively. He found that teaching others not only helped them, but it also reinforced his own habits. Slowly, Daniel's reputation changed from the overworked employee to the smart, reliable strategist. Colleagues started asking for his tips on workflow, time management, and project planning. But Daniel also understood the third, most crucial lesson: balance is essential. Efficiency isn't just about doing more at work, it's about having time for life outside the office. He began carving out moments for his family, exercise, and hobbies, things he had long neglected. Surprisingly, by taking care of himself, his productivity actually increased. His focus sharpened, his creativity returned, and even his problem-solving skills improved. One evening, after a productive week, Daniel reflected on his journey. He had transformed from a man drowning in endless tasks to someone who controlled his time and energy. He realized that working smart didn't mean avoiding hard work. It meant working with purpose, planning carefully, and conserving energy for what truly mattered. The lessons he learned weren't just for his career, they became a philosophy for life. Efficiency, prioritization, and balance formed the foundation of his new approach. Daniel smiled, knowing that the endless stress of the past could have been avoided if he had applied these principles sooner, but he was grateful for the experience. After all, growth often comes from struggle, and the struggle had taught him to work smarter, live better, and achieve more than he had ever imagined possible.
Weeks turned into months, and Daniel's transformation became more evident. Projects that once took days now took hours because he implemented efficient workflows and automation tools. He documented his processes, created checklists, and used digital calendars to stay on track. By reducing wasted effort, he could focus on creative problem-solving and innovation rather than repetitive tasks. Daniel also started noticing the small wins: each task completed on time, each goal achieved, each moment saved. These wins motivated him even more, reinforcing the power of smart work. His colleagues began asking him for advice, and Daniel realized that sharing knowledge not only helped others, but also strengthened his own expertise. He organized mini workshops and shared time-saving tips, productivity hacks, and prioritization strategies. Slowly, the office culture started changing. People worked smarter, not just longer hours. Daniel's manager noticed and publicly recognized his efforts. But Daniel's biggest reward wasn't recognition or praise. It was freedom and control over his own life. He could spend evenings with family, pursue hobbies, exercise regularly, and even learn new skills, all while delivering exceptional results at work. One Friday evening, Daniel reflected on his journey.
and thought about how much easier life could have been if he had learned these lessons earlier. But he also knew that experience and struggle were valuable teachers. He had learned to value efficiency over busyness, focus over distraction, and balance over burnout. And now he wanted to help others do the same. If you're watching this and feel overwhelmed, remember Daniel's story. Stop glorifying long hours without strategy. Instead, focus on working smart, prioritizing high-impact tasks, and maintaining balance. Take a small step today. List your top 3 important tasks. Automate what you can. Delegate some responsibilities, and give yourself at least 1 hour of uninterrupted focus. These small habits, repeated consistently, can transform your results just like Daniel's. If this story resonated with you, here's what you can do technically. Click the like button to show support, subscribe to our channel for more transformational stories, and comment below sharing the one strategy you plan to implement this week. Your comment might inspire someone else to start working smarter too. Remember, small intentional actions compound over time. Start today and watch your life change.